edit this for me. You could start it right now. Ready? Okay, so I am Poop with Dex or Haley. This is ChrisMak. ChrisMak is the one of obviously the Poop Coven team, part of the Poop Coven team mod, but also he is one of the founders of the Erika Legacy Foundation, and we are going to do a Q&A with him tonight. Chris, how you doing?
Tea.
What?
I have tea, so I'm happy.
Oh, are you having some of your good advent calendar tea?
No. I have Stormy Night, and it's a Halloween tea with cinnamon and coconut and vanilla and chocolate.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Honestly, it's the best tea I've ever had. I only have 4 days left. Do you know that from the advent calendar?
Yeah, well,
I'm so close.
Go ahead. No. Tell everybody what was in your DMs that you did not answer.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to. He's always trying to send me presents, and then he's like, pick which present you want. I'm like, I don't want you to do anything else nice. Stop it right now. Hi, Drifter. How you doing?
Anna knows it is divine. Look at it. It's really nice.
I can smell it. I feel like I can smell it.
Oh, ew, I can smell it. All right. Hello, friends. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Drifter. So, Chris, obviously, I know you all know Chris, and I know that you all, you know him in the light of our Chris, our Riot, our cult leader, but do you guys have any questions for Chris? It could be, he's pretty much an open book, honestly. So you can ask him, about Erika Legacy Foundation or, his time on Twitch, whatever questions you want. This is going to be like an open chat kind of. I feel like I should play some kind of like music in the background, like beep papa doo la dee.
You play Go to Beach.
No, don't you? I swear. Don't exacerbate things. I want to know what was it be. Abby, Chris, can we please talk about the fridge? Would you like to answer
Abby
this question?
Stole a fridge during camp, and now the fridge is getting given away. Not to Abby, because that's not how karma works. Karma in the universe sense, and also karma that we know.
True. I was very I usually don't want anyone in more than anyone else to win any of the giveaways, but I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping Abby would have won it. It would have been so funny. It would have hurt how funny that was. Perfect choice, gotta be it to know. What is Erika Legacy Foundation? Ellie Brooks wants to, or Elle Brooks as I like to call her. What is the Erika Legacy Foundation?
All right, so we'll get into a bunch of stuff. So Erika Legacy Foundation was started in 2016, 2017-ish. And it is a nonprofit charity for mental health and suicide prevention for a woman who was named Erika. And she passed away at age 29 before 1 month before her 30th, which actually that was September, is her birthday. And so her family started up this charity because they wanted to do something amazing and help people with mental health issues and help people that are thinking about suicide or dealing with suicidal ideation. And since then, we have created resources, and we have done. We've partnered with scientists and researchers and medical people that we can get help with, and we focus on being proactive by doing a program. In fact, our program is the We Wellbeing program is a partnered program that we have that goes out to 2 million youth. 100,000 teachers in the US right now use it for free, and that's what some of these donations go to. Wow. If you donate $25, a kid gets 1 year of mental health resources and help for free to them anytime they need within their classroom, and it's an amazing program. 2 million kids are taking it. So we're proactive in our programming. We're predictive because we like to use things like AI and technology to do better in the world. And we know that there are technologies out there that are non-invasive. They won't hurt you. And they can help with decreasing depression and anxiety. And I talk about them all the time, and there's probably somebody here that'll talk about them. And I just saw Brady's question. Anyway, and
there's a bunch of questions for you, yeah.
And we're so proactive, predictive, and preventative by being stuff here, taking care of each other. Honestly, let's just quickly talk about what has happened since last year. Last year, we did a fundraiser here in like July. And since then, we've taken over 2,000 phone calls, emails, texts, and because of the publicity that the Poop Coven got and the stream got during our charity stream last year, we've helped over 800 people on Discord and in Twitch communities. And that is communities that you, Haley, have connected with or touched or, are friends with, people that we all know and love, people like Athena Bean and people in SideQuest, as you know. So it's really cool. It's really cool that we've been able to help so many people. And the only way that gets done is by funding. And we are not government funded at all. We are fully funded by the generosity and love of people, families, and some of the businesses that we know. So that's what we do.
Question, did you know Erika personally?
I was married to her.
Yeah. So,
there was a time that me and Erika were married, and it was very odd, not odd, it was very odd, but it was funny to me because when Erika passed away, we had a big celebration of life. And then I'm now remarried. I have a very lovely wife, Stephanie, who's somewhere in our house. She might actually show up. But when Erika passed away, I was just waiting for the phone call because everybody knew that her family is probably going to start a foundation because they own a company that at the time had very many employees, and we wanted just to take care of everybody. So it was great. It's been fun. And it's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done because all my skills come into it very well. And we've been pretty successful with the, I have posted here, 100% of whatever's raised in the Poop Coven is always given straight out to communities. But the other part about it is with the Poop Coven is we got to do some really cool shit this year with the funding. Like we are, like last year, with the funding that happened last year, we provided funding for a researcher who is doing research with women that are high risk because they're trying to make it into fields that are mainly fields that are taken by men, and they're having anxiety and depression and stress, but they're really, really good at what they do. And we are funding stuff like that, and it's been fantastic.
So like, what specific services does ELF provide people if you got into contact with somebody in Erika Legacy? Well,
we can. One of our biggest skills is that if you had ever had a mental health incident, either you're depressed or whatever it is, what we have found is, and it's one of the things that Erika's family was really mad about, and we're still kind of angry about, it is like a spider web trying to find information fast on where you can get help for either low cost or no cost. For a lot of people, that is key. The key to the entrance barrier is cost. So Erika Legacy is really skilled at being able to, anywhere in the world, quickly find people in their area that can help them immediately, which has been a godsend for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we also have resources. I'll post it at the end of this. And it's also in our Discord, in the Poop Coven Discord. We have a whole resource library for everything from mindfulness to imposter syndrome, to how to deal with children, to how to deal with your own mental health, a ton of stuff. And we really go out and try and partner with others that are doing good things out there and making a difference. And currently, one of the things we're fundraising for is we want to build a mental health app, and we want to build VR spaces because we have a corporate partner who will donate VR headsets to us so that we can hand them out to people that are having mental health issues, and then they can go in VR and meet up with therapists in an Erika Legacy space that is safe and moderated and not just a wild, crazy mess. And so we're fundraising for that.
That's
also to answer Brady's question. Yeah. Brady's my favorite.
Okay. Oh, I'm shocked. So wait, but the VR component. So why is the VR component of therapy something that you guys are trying to introduce?
I'll tell you why. Because I bought a VR headset like about 7 to 10 months ago, and I became a Jedi because I played Star Wars.
So you felt like you're immersive. It was immersive.
But there's an app on VR, and it's actually an app that's on VR and on computer and on phone, and it's called Inner World, and it's a really good app. And I just stumbled upon it, and it's one of the only apps for mental health. And I joined it because I have really bad anxiety, and I have depression. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and I got on this app, and it's exactly like the Poop Coven, but it's in VR. It's like a bunch of people who are learning cognitive behavioral therapy techniques and together helping each other. And I thought, holy shit, like when I got into VR, I was like, holy cow, I could make a building or a space that you could come in, sit down, and just talk to each other. And then you could, if you're someone in a remote area, or if you are feeling stigmatized by going to a doctor and walking up to the door to a therapist, you could put on a VR headset and talk to a therapist.
Wow.
That blew my damn mind.
Yeah, that's amazing. That
So
takes
we're
it to
doing
a
that
whole
now.
new level. Yeah. So where in Canada, or for anyone who's not in the Povo in Canada, is the Erika Legacy Foundation like located?
We are located in Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta. West. So if you're not in Canada, Alberta is basically the oil province of Canada. So that's fun. We're a lot of trucks and hats.
And cold. Don't forget about a cold. Snow.
I like computers.
Two non-Erika Legacy questions. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Yes. It was it was invented in Alberta.
Was it really?
It was legit.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Hawaiian pineapple pizza was invented in Alberta in Canada.
No way. How? I need proof. That I thought it was invented in Hawaii. Why is it called Hawaiian?
But there, aside from the question that, as Haley knows, because I really like to privately DM Haley once in a while and just totally shit on her and tell her how great she is, and then she hangs up on me and doesn't answer anything. So in this Q&A, one of the things that I will say is I have been a member of this community for over a year and a half now.
Well, I feel longer than that.
I joined this community in probably one of my lowest times in my whole life. And it was actually in a long story. It was like at really late at night in our time. However, as Haley knows, sometimes I'm pretty good at telling you, whoever you are, not only you, Haley, but telling people how great they are and helping them figure out how to get to the first step. Here is something that everybody should know. Most people, not all, but most people think about suicide, but really don't want to take their lives or hurt themselves or anything. They don't want to do any of that. But most people are anxiety ridden or sad or depressed or lost, and they know somewhere out there in the world, in the universe, if whatever you believe in, they believe in the universe that there is a map for their life to get them to where they should be, and they should be great. But they just don't know how to make the first step on that map. They don't know where the hell the map is sometimes. And that's what I do. And that's something that the Erika Legacy also does, is we help you find your true greatness. Because honestly, everybody is great. And anybody that tells you differently is a liar.
Yes.
Which also goes to anybody who's watching this out there. Don't believe the labels that people place on you. Fuck them.
I could not agree more. I completely concur. And I think that's important also, like with the space that you're in, is that with mental health, you could be diagnosed with something, and then sometimes labels can feel like cages or boxes, and then you become, and it defines every aspect of your being. You can say, okay, I have schizophrenia. Okay, I have borderline personality disorder. Okay, I'm anxious. But it doesn't have to take over every facet of your life. You are more than that, and you can allow yourself to seek the help that you need, and it doesn't need to be like the thing that defines every aspect of your being, and that's all that it is for you. Does that make sense? Because I feel like sometimes with mental health, like the weight of what's happening to you, and like sometimes the label associated with it can feel almost heavier than what you're enduring. So like it's okay to fuck stuff sometimes.
Yeah. And it's okay. And that's one of the things. And we like it says in the chat that I quickly saw, we are international. I just helped a person in Sweden, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
We help everywhere, every time of day, anywhere, anyway. Get a hold of me. Either we'll put up all my stuff after. There's a link tree that I put up, and but just so everybody knows, you can have anxiety and you can be depressed and you can be on meds, because meds are great. Like they have a purpose. Great, yes. I'm not saying that they don't. Absolutely. But you can also be great as well. You don't have to just sit there and wallow or have that spinning wheel of just like, I know I have anxiety, I have ADHD, perfect example, right? Yeah. Oh my God, I can't do anything. Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need somebody like you and like the foundation to set you on the path, to give you the tools. Because like everyone's capable of anything if they have the tools at their disposal. But that's like the first step, is like, where do you find the tools, right? Well, people like Chris, sorry, I should say your
No,
real
you can
name.
Say Chris. I'm changing my name legally.
If people like Chris and Erika Legacy Foundation, they will give you those resources and the tools to set you on the path, so that you don't feel like you're sitting there and you don't know what direction to take, you don't know where to go. They'll help you. And okay, Chris, if you were to legally change your name, how many E's would be in Chris?
4, because you started it with 4.
Cheese, it's true.
I went back and I counted.
Abby said 4.
I counted what Haley originally used was Chris was 4, so I use 4 now. And I actually, if you win an Erika Legacy prize pack or anything like that, you get a little thing from me that says thank you for playing. And some of them I signed Chris, just so y'all know.
Chris, you better be signing them, Chris. They won't know who you are, Chris.
Also, just for fun, because we're talking about it, there's also these stickers in every prize.
Oh my God! It says Haley, the throw puncher in Buffy font. Chris, you did not.
Thank you, Converse.
I'm gonna have that put on my face now. What did you do? Now I'm gonna have a new tattoo on my body. Come on, man, Chris. Oh my God. If you win that sticker and you don't take a damn picture of it, I'm gonna, oh wait, did you, well, don't spoil it for me. I got a package from Chris today that had to be signed for. I was very nervous. I was like, I haven't had to sign for anything. I was like, this is fancy.
Don't open the card.
Why? Oh, no. Come on, man.
Don't open the card. Everything else is good. Just leave the card alone.
Why?
Just do it. Trust me.
What's in there? No, now I'm curious. Now you've piqued my interest.
No, you're fine. Spiders don't live long. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Don't you dare. That's not funny.
No, there's no spider.
Okay, awesome.
By the way,
Andy has a question for you though.
What? So, what's the question?
Being international, how does ELF work around the language barrier?
Well, we work around the language barrier by either asking friends of ours who know languages, or there's a lot of times, honestly, here's something that really did happen, and you all know that it happened to me. I had the Coven. Yeah. And while I was in my room here, because I was in the basement, Stephanie was upstairs. I had a person call me from where were they calling me from? Hungary, mm-hmm. Budapest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hungary. Mm-hmm. And so they messaged me on Discord. It's one of our friends within the Twitch community. And talking to them, I just used Google Translate, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And I was like 4 a.m. while I was dead sick, but they needed help, so we got him help.
Wow.
But like I was saying before, we really have become a place where we've helped people. I have helped people, especially, organize their minds, get them a little bit calm, and help them step that first step into being what they should be, whatever that is, whatever greatness is to them. And we help find that. And it's those little things that help, because not all the time do you want to go, and we want to be really proactive. That's the whole thing. I don't want to get to the point where you really have to go to a doctor or really you harm yourself, like obviously.
Of course.
But I bet you right now, I probably have about 5 or 6 people in our chat that Erika Legacy has helped for various amount of reasons.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's
did
great.
you see what Stone Samurai wrote?
What
I
is
still
Stone
remember
Samurai?
when I got my concussion, I'm glad I went when you told me to get checked. That, even just telling Stone Samurai to go get checked out, that can be, a concussion is no joke. Like, it could be something like that, or it could be, you know, all the way to like life threatening. And you've helped.
100%.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Like, don't take shit as like, hey, it is what it is.
No, never.
You know, and I'll tell you why you don't take it for what it is, because join the Discord, join Poop Coven, join the Poop Witch Discord. The reason that you shouldn't take things that happen as, oh, it is what it is, or I'm gross or anything, because if you post in Discord,
gross or anything,
we have share your highs and we have venting.
Yes.
Basically the mental health section.
Yeah.
Other people in our community will help you. If not myself, if not Haley, there are other people. That connection is such a big deal.
Yeah. It's true. And then that leads me to Elle's question. How did you find the Poop Coven, or me, Haley? How did you find us? I think it was over a year. It was Chris, you've been with me. We gotta do a followage for you. You've been around for at least 2 years, at least.
Well, probably.
There's no way. You've been around.
Actually, probably.
Yeah. The pandemic time is weird, but how did you stumble upon this little hole of mine?
The real answer is I felt like shit on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. I don't remember which day. And
wait, we got a $62 donation! And the goal, PvP jumper!
Can we not?
PvP jumper! We just hit the next goal. Oh my God! PvP jumper! Thank you. Oh, let's let Chris have to throat punch. You do it. They never said you can't throat punch.
2 years? Holy shit.
I told you it was 2 years. Oh, Converse ruined it. Oh my God.
Thank you.
PvP jumper, thank you, Converse ruined it. Thank you, Converse. Thank you, PvP jumper. So we're 3, we're 3 deep now, right? Giveaways?
I don't.
Yeah. Do you remember yesterday you didn't know what we were doing for mystery? Do you know now? Because you're gonna have to figure that out.
I don't.
Winging it, bitch. Also, Zarazu said, Chris, if you ever need a French Canadian, let me know. I have free time. Do you take volunteers, Chris?
Say what?
Do you take on volunteers?
Yes.
Is there a place that people could submit to?
Yep.
Potentially be a volunteer?
I think it's on our website. If not, I believe it's volunteering at erikalegacy.com as well. I think we're just changing some stuff up because we do take volunteers. Actually, we're taking volunteers to help us with our Twitch fundraisers at times, right? Be somebody fun in our fundraiser.
Hi Brandon, how you doing? Hi Blood Rena, how you doing? I'll be bold.
Hey Brandon.
This is from Anna. I'll be bold and say that Chris has helped me a lot on multiple occasions. I may not share in the mental health space, but Chris has helped me a ton. I think honestly, I feel like everyone in the community, like when we created the Poop Coven like team, like the mods, the bratties and whatever, it really came down to, it was important that there was like each person in the team felt like they had a role. And for us, Chris became our, what do we call him? Our like emotional support mod. He, I think, has touched everybody emotionally and helps anytime there's ever an issue that we're having with a community member. I talk to Chris. We all talk to Chris. We defer to Chris. Like, he is the one, the cornerstone of keeping the Poop Coven feeling safe and comfortable. And it really, like, I ask him advice all the time. Chris, stop it. You can't do that while we're talking. See, that's not fair. You're complimenting me. I'm allowed to compliment you. This is tomfoolery. No, but he's amazing at what he does. And I highly encourage, if anybody is seeking help, you can obviously vent in our Discord. You can, message Chris, but going through the Erika Legacy Foundation, somebody will help you. Probably Chris. And it'll be 2 years and 2 days, Chris.
Yes. Before we go to the next question, how I found your stream. I was really sad and I was really feeling burnt out and I was really feeling sad. I was really depressed. And I was the head of this foundation, right? I am the head a mental health foundation, and I have mental health issues. That's just, and it's very empowering to say that because people are like, holy shit. So I go and I'm in at like midnight to 1 a.m. my time, because you stay on until my time is about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm in a McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah, I remember
where
this
I was
story.
like, I could just run away. I could just drive away, leave Stephanie, leave everything. And I was getting a large soda, and I had just downloaded Twitch about 2 months before. And I got into role playing on Twitch, and it was like, oh, this was really cool. And then you were on my For You, so I hit it, and I sat there, and you annoyed me so much. I was like, what is this loud ass bitch? What? And I'm in my car and I'm trying to order, and literally it sounded like I had a car full of chickens in the back. Even the person on the like, hey, can I help you, heard you and said, do you have a lot of people or pets in the back?
Barn animals? What are the noises? What are you watching?
And I watched you, and then I couldn't stop watching you. And here is a key for everyone. This is really a key for everyone. And this is why we're here. This is why we're on Twitch. This is why you come on Twitch. I'm not even, but I will cry, but I will not cry. I watched you for an hour, and I didn't want to run away anymore.
Oh, I'm gonna start crying. Shut up.
And that's cool. What you do was cool, right? Like, I didn't want to do anything. And I know Haley's all like mopey and I'm mopey and we're all teary, but legit people who are watching people, this is the power of what things like Twitch can do. Forget all the trains, forget all the bits, forget everything else. This community and having these kind of friends, and just being able to watch somebody and be like, this bitch is crazy. And then you feel better. And we all know it, because I could say, hey, put it up at number 1 if you feel better every time you watch Haley. And it's just fucking nothing but ones.
Don't tell them to do anything. You know they can't help themselves. You tell them to do something, and then the whole chat is going to be spammed with 1 now for hours. Yeah, there it is. See? I told you, don't tell them to ever do anything. Haven't you learned from me yet? I don't ever ask them to spam anything. I've never
I know, it's so fun.
One time I remember I was like, oh, put up the wubs in chat because we were going to Ask Man, and it was like for like an hour. They didn't. It's ruined. So yeah,
but the greatest part about it is, I'm already this is the greatest part for me, because you know my love language is annoyance. So now it's all ones. So now go ahead. What's your next question?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's all fucking ones.
You spam them all away. No, let me tell you something. Honestly, it's funny because I feel like your love language is like so perfect with how I work. Like I lose my shit, and you absolutely find so much glee. I tell you, in causing a riot. I always said, if you weren't the wonderful man that you are, you should be a cult leader. I mean, you should. Like, everyone would listen to you. You say one thing and everyone loses their minds. Every time. I swear it was my birthday every day for 6 years straight. Like, it's unbearable.
So great.
Yeah. And
by the way,
that's
happy birthday. I can't wait. Next week is your birthday. October's coming. It's your birthday.
It's a talent. It really is. And honestly, Brandon also said he has helped me more. I had to scroll back, Chris. He's helped me more times than I count. Thank you so much. And I think that that's really important. Like, for me as like the streamer, if you want to, can you guys please, as the streamer, if you whatever, it's hard for me because I feel like I always have trouble with when like when there's like a situation that like someone's doing something that like breaks a boundary of mine. And Chris knows that I'm a people pleaser. Everyone knows I'm a people pleaser. So I'll go, Chris, what should I do? I said, all right, we have this option, this option, this option. He's like, all right, let's do this. And then we now have like a system in place. And I think that's what kind of is the magic, right? Like stop saying happy birthday. God, look what you did. Stop saying happy birthday. I say violence. Oh my God, Son of Cyan, don't do it's not my birthday. I hate everybody. This is why, Chris, you're banned. I'm banning Chris now. Streamer Babers are saying, yeah, and I think that the hardest thing is like that's something I struggle with. So I'll talk to Chris, and when we have had, and we're really lucky, Chris, we haven't had that many, major situations arise, maybe like two in
No.
2 years, you know. And so
it's time to celebrate your birthday with the birthday bunch.
That's totally fine, Blondrina. Lurkers are loved, and you're that's the whole point of this conversation. And hey, the whole point of this conversation is just to know that you're not alone. There are resources. Wait, you're over here. There are resources at the Erika Legacy Foundation, and Chris himself. And the beauty of being in the poop coven, and it's my own little special poop coven perk, is like Chris is all up in our Discord, guys. He's a part of the poop coven team.
Yeah.
Talk to him. Like he monitors our mental health section. That's like, he's our emotional support mod. He is there for you guys. So like if you're ever like, I don't know what to do, like go into our mental
emotional support dog.
Mod. I said emotional support mod.
Sorry, my bad.
I said mod. I mean, listen, dog and mod are pretty close, but I definitely said mod.
My bad. That's on me. That's on me.
I did, right? Oh my God. Don't you dare. I'm going to pee myself. Okay. But yeah, you're wonderful. And I'm going to throw punch you if you keep sassing me.
Feel free to ask any question about your life, or if you need help with anything.
Yes.
I'm also kind of old. I'm in my 40s, so I'm old. And I've had some shit go down, and I've lived through it. And I've realized just again, right? And it doesn't even have to be mental health. You can ask about anything. You can ask about the shit over there. You can ask about whatever you want. But I've realized that it's just the little things that trip people up, and they're actually pretty easy solves.
Yeah.
But your head gets so wrapped into it that you're like, oh, this is huge. And it's not.
It's so true. I even think that like I had a moment yesterday where I was like talking to Aiden, and you know, we have the trip coming up, and I am like so excited, but I'm like terrified. Like it's so a lot. And then we have our charity event going, and then, you know, there's other things behind the scenes. And I was just sort of like, oh my God. And then I just sat down. I said, you know what? These are all good things. Like, you're getting stressed. You're allowed to feel stressed. Acknowledge that you're anxious, but these are all good things. And even if, let's say, they were bad things, everything is okay. Like, even if they're bad things, like everything was okay. And and also for me, I've learned that acknowledging my anxiety and being like, okay, you feel anxious right now. Okay. It makes this monster seem less scary. You know what I mean? Like if you go, okay, instead of trying to say you're not anxious, you don't feel anxious, I just go, okay, you know what? You feel anxious right now. Okay. What does that mean? Nothing.
Right. And I am a person, much like you, who likes to talk a lot and talk out everything. And I think that the one thing I will say that I'm proud of for myself, which I don't actually, as you know, praise at all, Chris.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, guys? He never praises himself. This motherfucker will literally hype you up until you feel like you can take over the world. And then if you try to compliment him, you think I'm bad? You can't compliment him.
No.
Continue. I want to hear what you're proud of yourself, because I want to hear it.
I am proud of myself that I am not what people would think of as help, because I'm Chris. You know, I'm not like hard to talk to. I'll sit and bullshit with you. Yeah. And it helps people become chatters, not lurkers, in the realm of mental health. But like, if you got a problem and you feel like I don't want to talk, or it's weird for me, I just come talk to Chris. What the hell do I care? Come see me.
Yeah, you know what?
We'll just chat, and I'll change your damn life.
Yeah, and you know what I think is interesting about you too is I feel like a lot of people have this preconceived notion of what therapy is. It's like, how do you feel? Almost like spa like, and there's like a thing. You talk to people and you're blunt, you're upfront, and you talk to people in this way that it doesn't make you feel like you are either like belittling or invalidating or like overly acknowledging. You just sort of talk to them like they're people experiencing something, and they're just people. And I think that's like a really amazing talent you have, because I think especially with the kind of calls you get, people are in dangerous situations. I mean, like, it's not necessarily always, I'm anxious, or it can be really scary. And you have this knack for like, I feel like diffusing without diminishing, but also not overinflating. Does that make sense? Yep.
And there is the worst of the worst. And, it's a non patronizing, non kind of standoffish way. Like, and then you get to know me, and you know me in chat, because everybody sees me in chat, and it's like, for real, I put my shirt on backwards 3 minutes before we started this. And then
Yeah,
you
not
realize
patronizing.
that fucking guy is doing it, so why can't I?
Yeah, it's true. And I think that like, I think, whenever we talk about mental health, it's always like, kind of, it's still taboo. We're in 2022, but it's still taboo. People don't, they feel like they have to, do a whole song and dance to validate that they're having a hard time. And I think that it's important that, like, it just becomes normal. Like, I'm feeling depressed. I am depressed. I am schizophrenic. I am whatever, you have or are dealing with. You are, like, it's okay to acknowledge it without, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
I was thinking, but you know what I mean? I was thinking about Nair saying not patronizing, because it's true. I feel like when I've gone to therapy in the past, they can be very especially I feel like you have a focus with women, and I feel like with women, a lot of the times you get told you're hysterical or you're emotional or are you on your period? And all of those things might be true. And yes, I can speak for myself. I do get more emotional and my feelings are more sensitive before and during my period. But it's invalidating when you ask those questions. I can't explain why, because scientifically you can feel more emotional and raw and sensitive, but it feels invalidating. And I had a therapist who said that to me, and I didn't go to therapy for a very long time after that. So you have a really amazing ability to not invalidate and not patronize people. You know what I mean?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because it's all just, we all deal with the same kind of stuff. It's very odd.
Yeah.
So if anybody has a question about life or anything, or needs some help, or, hey, I got a question, throw it up. If you don't want to throw up, put it in the Discord, hit me up in email, Discord, whatever. But if you got a question, anything you need.
Yeah. What would you say the best form of contacting you, or would it be through Discord, or are you more quick to respond through Erika Legacy or through DMs? Like, how would the best way to get in contact with you be?
It is funny you say this, because ChrisMak, CMAK at erikalegacy.com. I'll put it up in a second.
Yeah, please.
But email is usually the best. Second, though, the weirdest thing, because of this stream, I'm addicted to Discord.
Yeah.
I watch my Discord all the time now.
Okay, interesting. And see, Discord, me and Discord, we've gotten better. We're much better, but it's still hard for me. Miko, thank you for the follow. And there could be no progress if the client doesn't feel heard by the therapist. I completely agree. And I think that's what Chris has a really special ability with, because you feel heard and validated, but he also doesn't fluff around. He doesn't give you the fluffy, he gives it to you. And I think that's a really special talent that you have, and it's rare, because I think in the mental health space you kind of can get people who can be very invalidating and patronizing, or they don't give you any meat on the bones either. It's very like anecdotal, and I feel like you are the perfect blend of being strong but sweet at the same time, which is we're not doing a new goal right now. You're killing me. God, I can't breathe.
This is the one thing I will say that is different when you contact me.
Yeah.
And you might find it if you have had talked to people. And listen, everybody should go get therapy. Therapy is great. I love therapy.
Yeah.
But before you do therapy, sometimes it's just good to talk to like a dope like me or a friend or somebody. I always start with the idea of whatever it is. Think of it right now. Close your eyes and think of it. Whoever you are out there, think of a problem you're struggling with that's like, I can't, whatever you can't. I always start with, why can't you? Why not you? Why can't you be the person that you want to be? Why can't you have a business that is successful? Why can't you be a streamer that is full-time and getting more than 300 subs? And that's legit. And as much as you laugh about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, why can't you?
Yeah.
You're as good as anybody else, if not better.
True. It's true. And I think that, sometimes you just need that extra push. Zarazu, I'm a Discord addict. I'm there all day. Yeah, me and Discord, it's a great tool. It's a great resource, but it's something that I still work on. I love Discord. It's the only place where I'm not struggling. That's great, Megvu. Chris is dope. Chrissy's dope, Anna. I tried to get help for years because I knew I wasn't okay. I got diagnosed in January with fibromyalgia, but it was 10 years of struggle to get the answer. It would have been quicker journey with the advocate like Chris. It would have. My therapist was useless at spotting IDE, a personality disorder. 5 years later, I realized myself. Miko, sometimes, Chris and I talked about that. Sometimes you go to a therapist and you're like, oh, this therapist is trash, and you stay with them, or you leave and you never try. Therapists are not a one-size-fits-all. You sometimes have to try many, many, many different ones until you find someone that's the right. You wouldn't buy one pair of shoes to do everything in with. Well, maybe some people would, but like most people have a variety of shoes, and, they wouldn't wear high heels to go for a hike. That doesn't apply for everybody, but you know what I mean? It's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. I don't do therapy because they always making me relive the traumatic things, and my night terrors get kind of dangerous for me afterwards. But do you have any comment on that for Bloodrina about not doing therapy because it makes her or they, sorry, I don't know what your pronouns are, traumatic?
Yeah, then don't do therapy.
Okay. Would you have any advice?
Because it's so traumatic. And that's one of the things. First is get comfortable with therapeutic practices, either reading books or watching, doing things online, and then go for therapy. However, this is one of the issues that we are facing right now. And this is the reason I want to build VR spaces where people will get a VR headset for free so they can actually do, or an app, because people have such traumatic experiences. We need to re-educate them and re-ease them into what it looks like to, first off, feel successful. And I mean, for success, for a human being, no matter who it is, you would be surprised at how simple a success is for a human being. The low-hanging fruit of success for people is so easy to accomplish, but they're scared to because they've had all this trauma. And we need to re-ease them in with that so they get comfortable with the process again, and then they will go to therapy.
That's a really good point. And that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you don't take the direct path. You could take indirect paths, but the outcome will still be hopefully good and what you're hoping for, and will help you thrive in the best way you can. Not everyone's path is the same. Venting is a great way to get stuff out. So how do you get in contact with Mr. Chris via Discord? So L Brooks, you can join the Poop Coven Discord and make sure you check out the rules, and then because you share the Discord with Chris, you can message him that way. You can also write in the venting section, or Chris has an email that he also posted earlier. Chris, do you want to throw it in?
My Discord as well, but I highly suggest, I get a lot of little messages, but your fastest way is to go legit. I have 100 Discords, and the only one I really focus on is Poop Coven. So if you at me in Poop Coven, I'll see it immediately. Always.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you have any tips on starting stream? Stream. Yeah, I agree.
Don't worry. Anna Jean, person like Anna Jean, who just turned on a camera about 3 or 4 months ago, this rickety camera, and now she has like overlays and she's doing cool stuff.
That's all you need, though.
Turn on your camera.
Just turn on your camera, or don't even use a camera. Just use a microphone.
And that's the thing. You don't have to. A lot of people, you just turn on the mic, say hi.
Yep. And like you don't need to have your setup perfect on day one. You don't have to have your identity set up on day one. You just start. You can't know if you even like it until you try. And streaming's not going to become, for everybody. It's very competitive. It's difficult, but everybody started at zero. Everyone started at day one. So you never know until you try, I should go back. Chris, there it is, Chris. Don't, Anna. I'm obsessed after years of digging deep. I was shocked to realize my story and my life sucks. I found answers. Well, Miko, I'm glad that you found answers. I really am. Sometimes it's hard and painful, but I'm glad that you found it. I really am. I'm an excellent gaming streamer who refuses to use a camera and having everybody 100. That's great, Zarazu. You do not need to use a camera to stream. You absolutely, unless it's pivotal for your content, you absolutely do not need to, especially if you're uncomfortable. You can do VTubing. You can just use your gaming. You can, Abby created an amazing, Abby as an option, you know? So you can make streaming is your own corner. You can build it. You could do whatever you want. It can be a reflection of whatever you want. And in my opinion, as long as you're a good, decent person, you're not spewing hate or toxicity, streaming should be effort for everyone. I just heard a follower. Anna, you're so cute. No, it's wonderful. Okay, so Chris, if you had one piece of life advice to give to everybody, what would it be?
there is one piece of life advice that is kind of weird for what it is, but it's something I've always lived by since I read it. John McEnroe was a tennis player, very famous tennis player, and he wrote an article years and years and years ago when I was in my teens. And in the article, he said that it takes a lot for a person to realize that if you were to get hit by a bus today, or whatever happens to you today, like you get hit by a bus or you pass away or whatever, that life still goes on. Flowers will still come up. Sun will come out tomorrow. Most people go back to their jobs and it'll be all normal. So when you think about things like that, is again, believe in you. And even if you don't believe in you, fake believing in you for a bit and contact a person like me and I'll help you believe in you. Because my life advice, if I could go back, I would do way more things that I was too scared to do before, because I was either feeling like I was stigmatized, or I was feeling embarrassed or ashamed, or I shouldn't be doing it because I'm too young, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not fast enough or quick enough, or whatever it was. I do all those things because why not? Like nobody, that's the thing. Most people think that if I do X, Y, or Z, I'm not going to have any friends or family, or people aren't going to support me. You'd be surprised. Everybody really does want to support you. That's a really hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. Most people want to give you support.
Right.
Most people want to raise you up. And that is a good piece of life advice to know, although it's such a fucking hard pill to swallow because you really don't believe it. So I say, be you, be who you want to be, do what you want to do, love who you want to love, whatever you want to do, because why not?
Yeah, you really have nothing to lose.
You got really nothing to lose. In a lot of ways, you don't.
I love that. That's wonderful. Honestly, does anybody have any other questions for Chris before we wrap up? I mean, I feel like that was kind of powerful. I got chills. But if anybody else have any other questions for Chris? To me personally, be the change you wish to see in this world. You uplift everyone you interact with. Thank you for providing light in the darkness. Thank you, Chris. Chris, are you happy? Zarazu said.
Some days.
It's a good answer.
I mean, some days.
And that feels like everybody. No one's happy every day.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid to be sad or be glum or have depressing days or, feel like crap. And just, sometimes you just kind of keep on going and know that most likely things will change. Like Stephanie said to me, I was one of the things that Stephanie said to me when we first got married, because I was I was anxiety and everything. Everything changes always.
Always. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh, any tips for centering yourself?
Actually, yeah. I find a good non-raw dog tub bath. Take a bath. But honestly, quick and easy. Legit, just pull yourself out of a situation, walk around, take a breath, stretch it out. And that is as cliche as that sounds, because everybody says that you should always do that. It really does work. It's fast, it's easy.
Yeah. Like
I have had people where I have the least amount of stress I've ever had in my life. There's people are like tomorrow, as I've told you, tomorrow, it is currently 11 p.m. here. And at 4 a.m. we have to get on a flight, and there's going to be people going crazy, and we have a wedding to go to. And there's going to be people yelling and screaming, and we're just like, why? What's the point? We're all going to get there. Don't worry. Who cares?
Oh God, people at the airport. That drives me crazy. When everyone rushes off the plane and then it bottlenecks, I'm like, we all are going to get off the plane. Relax. Oh God, that's a whole thing. Any tips for motivating yourself to do the mundane daily tasks if you struggle with them really bad? Like showering daily can be a struggle.
Yes. It is. Keep lists, set goals, have a plan. And then what I do is I have these, they're over here, but I've created these lists for your day. And you know what? I'll put them on the Discord. I'll show a picture of them. But we have created a system, because it works for me. Know where your energy goes. So in my day, I have a lot of things to do. So I list everything I have to do in a day, and I make sure that everything that I have to do in one day, I list on one side. Will it give me energy? Will it take away my energy? or will it be a neutral energy? And once you start to understand things in your life that either give you energy, take away energy, or are neutral, neutral's fine. You can really organize your day so that you have the energy where you need to put the energy, be it for your health or yourself or your family or your friends or your me time or work or whatever it is. And I'll put it on Discord, so everybody join the Discord like we were saying. But I have these big pads of paper that I created that I can go through my whole day and say, here's what I have to do for work. Here's what I have to do for Chris being the husband. Here's what I have to do for Chris being the son and brother and all the rest. And here's what'll take away my energy, seeing my mother, sure. And what'll give me energy is being here, and what's neutral. And then I can really time out my days perfectly.
And I think, also, if like Anna said, or sometimes you just take a few days to give yourself permission to say, I'm not going to do anything on my list today. I'm going to just do nothing. I'm going to just relax and give yourself those days. And then when you're feeling like, okay, you know what? I feel like maybe I can shower today. And maybe you have a list and that's all you can do. You should still be proud that you did something that day. And if you're like me or Anna, because Anna and I have talked about this before, sometimes what I'll do is I will treat myself when I do something that I didn't want to do, or I was like digging my heels in, and I'll be like, okay, well, if you do whatever I've been probably putting off because it's making me anxious, but not doing it's making me anxious, but then doing it would make me anxious, blah, 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 this vicious cycle. I say, okay, if I do it, then I get to get a Starbucks coffee, or I get to, do something that brings me joy, like raw dogging the tub, whatever. Yeah. And that actually helps me, because it's like, okay, you're going to do something, you don't want to do it. Maybe you don't even have the spoons to do it, but you kind of have to do it if it's time sensitive or whatever. So you do it, but you reward yourself. So you feel accomplished. You're like, okay, I have something to look forward to when it's over, and now I feel accomplished because I got it done, and now I get a coffee or whatever. So that's how I do it. I mean, I'm not a professional, but that's something that personally helps me.
That's exactly what they say to do.
Yeah.
Today, because I knew I was having a stress day. Yeah. Because I have a ton of work to do. I have this flight I got to get to. I'm nervous.
I know.
But I'm nervous, right? I'm nervous. So today I just did nothing. I went to the mall. I bought 5 magazines that I would never read any other time in my life.
Right.
And I was like, I'm just going to read weird magazines.
Right. And that's what you should. And sometimes you just do that. You read weird magazines.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with laying on your floor in the dark.
No, there's nothing wrong. Like, I think that the way that our society is constructed, people applaud when, like, I'm going to be frank. I'm not going to put my mustache on, but I'm going to be frank. When people tell me, oh, I worked 90 hours this week, I feel sorry. Like, unless you're genuinely so happy, I don't think it's something to boast about, that you work yourself to the point where you have no leisure time. You have no time for hobbies. Like, unless you absolutely love your job and you're, and that's fine. But moderation is everything, right? And our society absolutely condemns people who sleep in late, who condemn people who are lazy that day and don't shower and think that they're lazy. And then they're like, yeah, you worked 13 hours today. You didn't take a nap. You haven't slept. You drank 27 cups of coffee. And that's allowed. And that's how our society is. And it's a huge frustration, because when people hear how late I sleep because I work so late or we stream so late, whatever, I get very frustrated, because it's like, just because it's not how normalized society dictates what is considered, it doesn't make me lazy or inefficient. It's just a different lifestyle than someone else. So
you know what my dad said to me? When my dad was alive, when I was younger, and it was one of the greatest things I've ever heard about that kind of situation. Mm-hmm. My dad always said to me, he said, when you go to work your ass off. Yeah. Every day. Just work as hard as you can on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right. But he said, don't work so hard on Mondays. Ease into your Monday, but then work really hard every other day.
But then also don't take it really home produce. With you.
But give yourself a Monday to ease into a Monday, because you're coming out a weekend and it's going to be tough, and you don't want to be that guy that burns out.
Right. And I think that, like, also, taking stuff home with you, like, it's not always avoidable, but like, my dad, he had a really stressful job and he struggled. He took it home with him. It affected the family. Not gonna lie, we're gonna be real. And so I have to say, like, again, I think society puts a lot of pressure on people to make their career their every waking moment. And I love my career more than anything in this world. But I have to remind myself, it's still important to read and relax and just be with Aiden and not be on my phone and whatever, because balance is key, right? Even with a career that I literally would like die for. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, but I still have, it's still important to take those time to yourself and, when you need it.
There is a very large case to be made, which I do speeches on.
Yeah.
And I've done speeches in VR lately. It was really weird. But there's a very large case for pattern interruption,
Right.
which is something that people don't touch on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And a pattern interrupt is if you're feeling depressed or sad or whatever, do something else for a 30 minutes to a half hour or
Right.
30 minutes to an hour, watch a stream, do whatever. And it changes where your mind goes. So you're not thinking about the big bad monster that you think that is a big bad monster.
We have to do that with Slate. Pattern I'm not even kidding. Pattern interruption with Slate. When he gets angry, we interrupt his, I'm going to decimate my brother. And we interrupt him being like, oh, here's your rag. And he's like, oh, hi. And it works, like changing your brain narrative. How are you, Bex? How are you doing? How are you, Rose? How are you doing? Cryptid wrote, hell, I felt proud of myself for cleaning my bed off today so I could sleep in again instead of my couch. Still working on motivation to wash my dishes. But you should be proud. You did something, Cryptid, today. And that's wonderful. Radio, they do still make magazines. They do. I will tell you, Mr. Shadow Paradox, what Raw Dog in the Tub is after this is over. I promise. I don't know if I want it.
It's very detailed.
I don't want it part of this VOD, this thing that will go on YouTube forever, please. My mom has been waiting for a pretty stressful medical results, and I've spent the last few days just playing relaxing farming sims games. Simple distractions are so wonderful. Zerazu, that's wonderful. The way you used to work to scream at me for something. Anna, I yelled at you all the time. Because also Anna's like me, like a people pleaser. And the thing is, when you are a people pleaser, you tend to not even realize that you are blasted through every boundary you have. And then all of a sudden you look behind you and you're completely burned away. You're burned the fuck out because you didn't even realize you kept just saying yes, yes, yes. So you take more and more on. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, I'm going to have a breakdown. I'm going to have an actual breakdown because you don't even realize it catches up to you, Pattern interruption is key. That's why Dis and I end up here. Ellie Brooks, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. According to astrology, they say it's best to relax on Sundays and Mondays. It's best to start your work week on Tuesdays. Interesting. Even as small as moving your furniture because it takes your mind off the set routine. Any tips, Chris, any tips for getting in the habit of acknowledging small victories? I kick myself all for little things, but I fail to acknowledge my good.
Yeah. Start acknowledging the good. Because it's there. You're just being an asshole to yourself by not acknowledging it.
I told you, he's very blunt.
People do good things every day. Like washing the dishes is a good thing.
It is. Or cleaning your room or going for a walk. Yeah.
And it's something that I've told Haley and I've told other people in chats don't be so stupid. Why are you so hard on yourself? What the hell is the point?
I told you.
You do good things. Everybody here does such good things. If they're small things, they're large things, they're minuscule things. Just realize that when we travel, especially me and Stephanie, when we travel, Stephanie has this quote that she says, and I love it because we tell other people that travel. When you go traveling and you go anywhere, you just you look at the building here or you look at the road and you're looking at everything. Look up, see the buildings.
See the
Same
moon?
thing in life. Look up. Notice the little thing.
Oh, the moon. Don't get me started on the moon. The moon. Don't be an asshole to yourself should go on a t-shirt for sure. And it's true. I mean, tough love isn't for everybody, but I think it's important. Like sometimes when you self-loathe or you self-pity or you get yourself into this system of like, nothing I ever do is good enough. Never. Sometimes hearing what Chris just said is exactly what you need to hear. It's a splash of cold water on your face. That's what I said. Like, it's not, sometimes when you go to therapy, it could be really fluffy and it's not helpful. And I'm going to be honest, it's not as helpful as somebody being like, don't be an asshole to yourself. Be kind to yourself. The longest relationship you'll ever be in is with yourself. So why would you get your significant other flowers, get your mom a box of chocolates, get your best friend a birthday present, but then when you clean off your bed, you're like, wow, I only cleaned my bed today. You just took care of yourself. Acknowledge that. Like, you know what I mean? Tough love is definitely needs. It is. It absolutely is.
And there is a very... and it's something I want to teach when we have our app up and our VR system. I want to teach courses on what tough love should look like because it's not always tough love. Mm-hmm. It feels tough, but if it comes from a person or a place that is like your champion, it's not as tough and it doesn't crush people's soul because it shouldn't. No. It shouldn't crush your soul. It should make you feel like, you know what, you're right. I am
I
kind
can
of
do
great.
this. Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, it should be a wake up call. Because when you get tough love and it's coming from a place of harshness or meanness, then it can feel like you're being bullied. But if it comes from like how you guys tough love me, no, this is some bullshit. This is what I mean. Look at what you, all right. So,
by the way, I see you, Megvu. Hit me up in Discord.
Yes.
We'll get you set right.
She bullied. I got bullied. Listen, Chris, they're about to run a train on me. I have to pee. We have 3 giveaways to do. Yes.
They're gonna run a train on you.
No, or how about we don't encourage that?
Whatever. And then you're gonna go pee. You're gonna bring out that box. You're gonna open that box. You're not gonna open the card.
We're gonna open it
Leave the
tonight.
card alone. And then
you don't open Friday.
And then we're gonna all just kind of calm down and relax and don't do anything and touch anything.
Wait, are we? I thought we were gonna open the Prezi on Friday. No Friday.
You're opening Prezis.
Okay, I'll open Prezi. Okay, I'll open Prezi. There better not be a spider in there, Chris.
There's not a spider. Just don't open the card.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So everybody, thank you so much. This was ChrisMak, Erika Legacy Foundation. He's gonna post all of the resources that you guys could get to him, get to people at the Erika Legacy Foundation if you ever need any help in any way. Thanks, Chris. I love you.
Hey, happy 2nd year of Erika Legacy.
Yay! That's true. I thought you were about to say happy birthday. I'm so used to you saying happy birthday. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Much like
I
you do.
literally rolled my eyes.
I
love you so much, Chris. And let's do our 3 giveaways. I love you, Chris. I'll open Prezis and
happy birthday.
To celebrate your birthday.
Okay, love you, Chris. Guys, please.
Bunch.
All right, love you, Chris. Bye, poop. I'll see you in 2 okay. Sorry, see you in 2 seconds. Okay. I have to pee, guys. Please give me a second. Just give me like 30 fucking seconds. I really have to pee. I've been chugging on water. Hold on.